Denver 7 Now is sponsored by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. Less than 60 seconds pass between the time a Colorado Springs officer steps out of his car to when the first shot is fired, which means we have less than 60 seconds of video to determine whether police were justified in the shooting that left a 19-year-old man dead. And a warning, this video is graphic.
So we got a report of two people, similar descriptions, possibly having a gun, all right? So don't reach for your waist. We're going to just check and make sure that you don't have a weapon, all right?
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Now, seconds later, police say they found a gun on Devon Bailey, although that is difficult to clearly see from that video. Tony Kovaleski asked an expert what prosecutors will be looking at when they decide if officers should be charged.
So I don't completely say they're in the wrong because they have reports of them assaulting somebody with a gun. Can't say they're completely in the right because you can't tell if the individual is reaching for a gun.
Andrea Borrego says after reviewing the body camera video, by all indications, the officers followed department policy.
It is a felony. So if you go through what their policy is, they have this authority to use force if there's reasonable suspicion that that person could hurt other individuals.
But this expert described the decisions as murky and believes this should open the door for greater review and more public discussion.
I could not tell if a kid was reaching for his gun. I couldn't tell if his pants might have been falling down, he's reaching to pull something up. When they showed the video, it did seem like there was something in his shorts. So, I mean, maybe he was reaching to grab it before it fell. Was he grabbing it to shoot at officers? I can't say definitively.
That was Tony Kovaleski. Now to the other situation we are watching tonight. This is in Jefferson County, where evacuations have been ordered for the neighborhood east of Deer Creek Canyon. And you can see why. Here's this fire. That means families in nearly 300 homes are being told to pack up and go now. There have been no reports of injuries or homes being damaged so far, and we just don't know yet how this fire started. Tonight, Lakewood police are trying to determine if two stabbings in Belmar Park are connected. Just after midnight, officers say someone ran up to a man and stabbed him several times. He survived. Then, 6 hours later, someone walking in the park found a man's body near the fallen firefighters' memorial. That person had also been stabbed. Police do have a suspect description for the first attack. They still don't have enough evidence to tie him to both. Tom can officially do whatever he wants with his Denver diner. The group that wanted this restaurant to be given historic status has withdrawn its application, and that gives the owner the ability to do as he wishes, which in this case means allowing it to be demolished, selling the land to a developer, and enjoying the $4 million he receives for his retirement. John Hickenlooper will not be the next president of the United States, but he could be Colorado's newest senator. Even before he dropped out of the race for president today, there were polls showing that he would dominate the Democratic primary for U.S. Senator and give Cory Gardner a run for his money. Now it's up to Hick to decide if he really wants to run for the job.
People want to know what comes next for me. I've heard from so many Coloradans who want me to run for the United States Senate. They remind me how much is at stake for our country and our state. I intend to give that some serious thought.
Now, we also know Hickenlooper had said earlier he wasn't cut out to be a senator. Well, an expert we spoke with says that probably won't matter much in the grand scheme of things.
The reality is not a lot of people have been paying attention at this point. The polling we saw earlier in the week really does favor him in the Democratic primary. And so as much as people are paying attention, they'll probably forgive him for some of those comments, knowing he was running for president, and others never heard him. So in some ways, he's starting from scratch.
And we reached out to would-be challenger Cory Gardner earlier today, but have not received a response. That said, Democratic candidate Andrew Romanoff had plenty to say.
I have no idea what the governor's going to decide, and it doesn't change my thinking or the sense of urgency that I bring. Look, you know, someone once said there are two kinds of politicians in the world, those who want to be somebody and those who want to do something. I'm running for the U.S. Senate because we need to get big things done.
Hickenlooper is the second candidate to drop out of the presidential race, and we will keep an eye on his next ambitions and have much more this Sunday on Politics Unplugged. Kristen Bering is battling health problems that took her legs. She lost her home to a fire and months later had to bury her daughter. Well, even as the odds pile up against her, she keeps a positive attitude, and tonight she truly has a reason to smile. And it's all thanks to the viewers who saw her story and decided to do something about it. Here is Denver 7's Liz Gilardi.
But I have to pay it back.
We met Kristen Bering outside her apartment. When it burned down, she barely made it out. After the fire last summer, we met again a month later when she was living at a motel because it was so hard to find affordable housing. She worried she might have to live out of her van.
And then I just put this here and I transfer myself.
A van that was never handicap accessible. Kristen is a double amputee with end-stage kidney failure. When we saw her this summer, she was weak from a hospital stay and having trouble getting in and out of the van that was falling apart.
Let's go find ink pens.
She wasn't thinking of herself, though. Weighing heavy on her mind was paying for school supplies for her 5th grade son, Logan. Thanks to your contributions to the Contact 7 Gives Fund, we were able to step in.
So Target has actually partnered with Contact 7 Gives to give you guys a gift card. This has $450.
Oh my God.
So he can get maybe some school clothes too, or whatever else you guys need, but I think that should cover the supplies.
Target was just the beginning.
Okay, put your foot in there.
Kristen had to get rid of her van. Because it wasn't accessible, she no longer had the strength to get in and out on her own.
We just thought it was a great opportunity to help someone in the community.
Once again, the kindness of strangers made all the difference. We asked Kristen and Logan to meet us at Auto Trek in Littleton.
It's our pleasure and honor to help you out.
Help by giving Kristen a handicap accessible van, her very own van, paid for in part by your donations to Contact 7 Gives and donations from the Used Car Dealer Charity Fund. Unlike her old van, this one has a ramp. She can drive it while sitting in her power wheelchair.
That's brake. Oh, that's too cool.
When we talked with Kristen, one thing she mentioned is she wanted to take her son camping. We're making that happen too. When Wilderness on Wheels saw her story, they donated a stay in their deluxe accessible cabin.
This is going to be an experience she'll never forget. And since she's been through such hard times, we want to give her a positive day or two of being up here.
A new van, school supplies, a camping trip, all made possible by you through donations to our Contact 7 Gives Fund.
It's going to make a difference in her life. We can see it from the smile on her face and the tears of joy that she's got.
And partnerships with the Colorado Independent Auto Dealers Association, Auto Trek, Target, and Wilderness on Wheels. Everyone came together to help Kristen and Logan.
Thank you. I just want to tell everybody that helped. Thank you so much. Because this is going to make a big difference in her life.
Thank you for helping us help Kristen. Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.
And this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thank you for joining us, and check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.